Petey LaSala and Will Lynch. That's going to be a battle to keep an eye on all game long, and Petey wins the opening draw. Virginia with the first possession of the game. With it being senior day here in Charlottesville, Virginia's going to have a lot of players getting some playing time early that maybe don't get an opportunity to see the field very often. Schellenberger does, though, and he puts the Wahoos in front early.
An uncommon emotional outburst by Schellenberger. Notre Dame continuing to struggle with picks, in particular against Virginia. This was the key to the matchup when they met at Arlotta. Virginia toasting and roasting the Notre Dame defense, and you see.
Hounded by Sawstead. Over to McConvey. Shot doesn't get through. Zinn picks up the ground ball.
A smart play by Evan Zinn. You can see how gassed he is. Comes up with the grounder and circles back and finds his goaltender, Matt Nunes. And now Virginia understands that their defense worked extremely hard, and so you show respect now. Everything in his power geared towards winning a national championship.
Shuts down the alley to Schellenberger. Quickly in front, snuffed out by Ansman.
That inside defense going to be tight today for Notre Dame, because in that first meeting, Chris, they gave up 6 goals from the slot. Remember all the picks behind the net, and Xander Dixon and Cormier feasted from the inside. So if you're Ryan Wellner, that comes first.
McCann. Behind to Chris Cavanaugh. Looking to dodge on Sawstead. Sawstead all over him. Up top to Riley Gray. He's getting a lot more run on this first midfield unit with Bryce Walker injured the last couple of games. Dobson tried to get it back to Gray, and they throw it away on forced error. To Pat Cavanaugh.
I haven't been in love with Notre Dame's settled offense this season. It's not great, it's not bad, it's
beautiful look, and Nunes is there, though he can't find it. Now he picks it up, and his brother Chris right on the doorstep, and he couldn't bury it.
Nunes' best stops come in the
years last night over the Lightning. Which is interesting because Virginia's all about business this time of year, aren't they? And both players talked about that, how
you could feel that from Cade Sawstead, right? You could feel academic pressure's gone. He's leaving here with a master's. He's got a ring already, but like everything in his power is going to be to acquire another national championship over the next 30 days. This is a Virginia team that typically stops drinking alcohol in the month of May.
Oh, Nunes prevents Chris Cavanaugh from getting the Notre Dame first goal of the day. Look at that ride.
That's the Cavanaugh. That's
knowing where that ball was going to go before the D-Midi let it rip. And now again with the Irish 6v6. Shot, score! Finally, it's Tevlin who breaks the ice for the Irish in the final minute of this first quarter.
Nunes makes a nice save, but when you're playing Notre Dame, turnovers come back to haunt you. You see Cavanaugh, 51, Pat getting in that passing lane. Then here's the goal, a little two-man game. Both Virginia defenders go with Cavanaugh. Tevlin floats to space. He slips, catches with his feet set.
Next week, it'll be the second game in a row that Carolina plays Notre Dame. They played them last week. Notre Dame got the win. Then Carolina off this week. Then they'll play in Chad. Loves RPI, and they love head-to-head for good reason.
Carolina defeating Johns Hopkins, which is the big plus on their resume.
Nunes is outstanding.
You know, it was this game. They're a prettier scene right now.
I was going to say, what is going on? The sun has come out here in Charlottesville. The fans on the berm across the way, packing the house.
We got mountains. We got natural grass. We got fans.
Got a turnover forced by Peyton Cormier, and Dixon will look to go quickly. He's going to get a great look here and buries it.
they love it. They love the transition O here in Charlottesville. Some of the best fans in the business. Being whistle ready off a restart and a turnover. See right here, the pressure applied, turnover created. Notre Dame's kind of jogging. Virginia's a play ahead, a step ahead. And guess who? The Slim Reaper.
Too much, though, on TV. It's going to his head. You'll see Petey Sr. today. LaSalle takes a shot. Initially, Entenmann didn't know where it was, but he stops and is able to pick up the ground ball.
Entenmann's been going down to his knees the last. Not enough ball time with Pat Cavanaugh, 51.
Now a little movement here. Tevlin, who has the only goal, nearsighted. Nunes is there. Here comes it.
Push fast forward. Watch this guy go.
Into the restraining box. Double team comes, though. Wasn't aware of Tevlin giving chase, and that's what Tevlin brings. Offensive side of the field with a goal. Defensive side causing the turnover.
Say that's frustrating if you're an attackman for Virginia. Counterattack right now.
Cavanaugh shoot. Nunes goes down to make the save. Picked up by Seymour. He shoots it wide.
Towards the ball, sometimes he'll give out.
Gotcha.
You're stepping in dirt, and so I typically would rake, sweep, push. Florida just dumped Ricky Mies on a linebacker from Stanford.
Loose ball in front. Picked up by the Irish.
Miezon had about 4 teammates drafted this week. Former captain of the usually pretty warm, emotional games in Philadelphia this year. You need 2 midfields.
Simmons. Got to the middle of the field, shoots, bounces it. Cavanaugh's there, finds him, barefoot and scores! Jake Taylor. Jake on the spot, as he so often is, puts the equalizer into the net.
This is one of those, what I'm going to just call it, it's a Cavanaugh play. This is a shot that's going wide. And watch the attackman's reaction. He's planted at X right here. He'll actually save this ball, scoop it up, eyes up, one more to the backside. Cavanaugh and Cavanaugh making good things for the Midwest to watch the Irish in person.
Shuts. Full head of steam. Now to McConvey. Over to Schellenberger. He and Fake, that's been a really good matchup all day. Inside, look at that pass and finish. Xander Dixon's second of the day. You talk about a Cavanaugh kind of goal, that's a Dixon kind of goal. The quick hands.
But Schellenberger has got the eyes and the chemistry with Xander, and they're working together here. This is just a momentary positional lapse by 20 in blue, Chris Conlon, who'll be on the right side of your screen, and he gets hung up around the crease. And defensively, you got to have your head on a swivel there. It's little eye man, big eye ball, vice versa, head on a swivel, back and forth, back and forth.
Working on Ben Ramsey. Another pick to get him to McCann. Slips and falls. Now the double team will come.
Double by Fake.
McCann the other way. Got Garno hung up. He's going to take a shot. Doesn't get to the cage. But a pickup by the long pole. Boyer.
Skill effective pick setting. Great double team, though, by Fake.
Tevlin over to Simmons. Simmons winds up and scores.
Notre Dame does a wonderful job defensively. The pinch double team ends up being a triple team. There's Fake, 7 in blue, man. He's a beast. McCann is off to the races. That shot tricks Nunes. Why? Well, Simmons is a natural left-hander. He goes to his weak hand, and typically when guys shoot with their weak hand on the run like that, they're going to try to yank it.
All square at 3 apiece. Just over 4 minutes to go in this first half. Ground ball won by Kastner. McConvey. Cormier. Dixon. Beautiful pass to McConvey, who finishes.
You got to love this game. This play right here, to me, Cotter, it gives me chills because the passing and the player movement from the midfield line off the clear, it's Dixon to McConvey. And watch this ball and the white jerseys continue to flow and move. Back up to Dixon. McConvey sees his man stare upfield. He cuts the crease. Bing, 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 bing. We just keep moving. We keep flowing. We keep the ball. And look what? We got a layup. We got a slam dunk. That's gorgeous lacrosse.
Final minute of this first half ticks down. How lanky is Cole Castro to be able to get that long pull up? Now we're going to get a flag against him, though, several of them. So this is a delayed call against Virginia. Castro's able to come back and force the turnover, but he's going to have to sit.
Virginia's ride.
Hey, Ken, you all right, man?
Causing all sorts of havoc.
Wait, 39, flash, 1 minute.
Peter Buchanan making the call there. It's Kastner, the 6'7" junior out of Palo Alto right there, grazes the ball carrier in the forehead.
Quick passing.
Baiting that shot. Baiting the shot from 51, top center.
Instead, he gets it over to his brother 50 on the far side.
Chris 50's got a ton of extra.
Look at that ball movement. That's why it's the second best man-up unit in the country. Jake Taylor finishes it off.
Ryder Garnsey, volunteer assistant coach at Notre Dame, deserves a lot of credit for the work he has done in general with this offensive group, but specifically this extra man. Look at Taylor talking with his hand. Ball movement supreme. They got weapons up top, especially at the corners with Kavanaugh and Dobson. Taylor.
It'll be Colin Hagstrom taking the draw for Notre Dame. Petey LaSalla, as you would expect, for Virginia, and it's one to the Irish and Chris Kavanaugh. Number 8 in blue. All-American midfielder Eric Dobson.
Dobson's been polled, and he really hasn't pushed the matchup.
Kavanaugh gets knocked off his feet, no call. Here comes Zinn.
That was from the front. Sostad just bullied him over.
Look at the speed from Zinn. Quickly, Dixon back to Zinn, goal line extended, looking for a cutter. Comes in the form of Schutz. He doesn't get it, but Zinn or Dixon does. Such a steps out of bounds, the turnover. Yeah, Carolina obviously has to beat Notre Dame, and they need help. Virginia needs help right now. Here come the Irish, and they score. And that was Ben Ramsey. Just his 4th goal of the year for the D-Midi. Caught Virginia lacking a little bit on the defensive end in transition cue.
First lead for the Fighting Irish, their 2nd goal off a failed Virginia clear. As their settled offense has really struggled today, so what? They're scrapping, they caused a turnover, and next thing you know, it's a 3-on-3. And Ramsey just fakes to his right and rolls back. The sophomore from California now has 4.
Here comes Connor. He'll log a lot of miles today, number 4 in white. In front, scores! Quick pass to Griffin Schutz, who beats Enseman, who never saw it coming.
This is so precise. 2 things about it that just catch your eye. The feed is, I mean, right on the money. He hits him right in the pocket. And so all Schutz has got to do, look, Schutz is given just a hair of space. He flashes the target, the ball's right on the money. And that makes Schutz's job. He just one-times this over the shoulder of Entenmann, who's a little late to react with his stick head down low. But, man, an accurate...
Stay on his feet and keep possession.
Kastner and Sostad have done a great job against the Kavanaugh brothers.
McCann gets held up. Under 10 to shoot. Dobson's going to have to let this one fly, and Nunes is up to the task.
Look at that. Look at that.
Kavanaugh finishes.
Look at that effort by the Notre Dame attack, like piranhas. Nunes makes the stop on the desperation shot. The rebound, Cotter proves costly. Tell you, Notre Dame's been, both teams have been playing stellar D in this game. Starts with the man-to-man defense against Schutz, holding strong and getting help. But then watch the reaction to the rebound off of Nunes. Right here, watch the blue jerseys. 1, 2, 3 on the ball. Turnover created. Payment, Kavanaugh style.
That was Conlon on the other end. Credit where credit is due to get possession for that flurry that you just... Westland on Connor, who never seems to tire. Tevlin, one more pass to Simmons. Behind to Kavanaugh, he loses his footing, gets back up. Now he's double teamed in a lot of trouble, ball on the ground. Westland giving chase, keeps it in play. Castro, though, gets it to Virginia. Here we go with Mitch Whalen. Mitch Whalen can run. Chismar got hammered. Virginia keeps possession, though. Chismar is down. Virginia will go quickly and score with Xander Dixon.
Unbelievable. Chismar is thrown a buddy pass, and UVA may need a body bag. Boom! Clean, legal. But watch the reaction to the loose ball. Jeff Connor saves the day for Virginia.
After that big hit delivered by Jake Taylor, it ends up as a Virginia goal, though. And now the emotions and the physicality cue ratcheted up here in the second half. Battle for the loose ball, going to be offsides. Is going to be the call.
Kavanaugh came out of the restraining area early.
Soliday, the senior captain. Just his second goal of the year. Crowd's on their feet. His teammates letting him hear it. Virginia back in front.
In a game that's been a little bit of a standstill in the settled sets. Change of possessions, restarts, turnovers in the middle of the field lead to offensive opportunities. Shellen.
McCann, Dobson tries the bounce shot, nothing on it, couldn't get anything on it.
Sawstad handcuffed him. Dobson, the native of Jackson.
Set by Cormier. Now Cormier puts his shoulder into that short stick D midi. Tries to roll back, help comes. Cormier is just so good in traffic. 10 seconds to shoot. Dixon shoots and scores!
Wow. Xander Dixon's having a year. This young man from Connecticut via the Brunswick School grew up as a young tennis player. Both his parents competitive tennis players in college. He's got the wrists. Snap. Pings a corner, Xander Dixon.
Ten seconds to shoot for the Irish. Pat Kavanaugh. Kastner all over him. Tried to get it into Tevlin. Defended so well that time by the Cavaliers.
Cast
sides.
7-7, offside, 30 seconds, reset 60.
Man up for the Cavaliers. Not too slouch, not too shabby either. Fifth best man up in the country coming in percentage-wise. So two of the better units in the country. We've seen Notre Dame score a goal man up early on in the game. Let's see what Virginia can do here. This is a first. Schellenberger tried to force it, and there was Tevlin with the long pole.
Nice job by Notre Dame, denying skip passes and through passes. Stick up in the passing lanes, you keep the team on the perimeter, and you leave it on the shoulders of your goalie, Liam Entenmann.
Full strength, quickly inside. McConvey scores, though. Just as the Irish went to full strength, Schellenberger found McConvey on the doorstep. His second of the game. The lead is now up to 3 for the Cavaliers.
Schellenberger looks like he's healthy, and McConvey he's terrific inside in tight spaces. We spent some time with the Toronto native this week on a Zoom, talking to us about his history as an indoor player. Mimico Mountaineers. I see loyal Virginia sports fans. Only thing we're missing today is the band, Connor. They must be studying for finals.
Right. Early. That's the way they do things here in Charlottesville, I guess.
That band is something else.
Yeah.
The brass section, man.
Well, how does it compare then to Hagstrom's going to shoot and score? The bands can wait. Hagstrom's 3rd goal of the year from that Fogo spot.
Look, Hagstrom was a relatively unknown junior out of Minnesota, and next thing you know, he starts taking faceoffs last week against North Carolina because Andrew Tyre, while he may not be as strong on the draw, he's a really good handler. Hagstrom answered, thought he played well last week with 2 goals. He's feeling no pain today. It's like, what are you gonna do, bench me? I've been on the bench all year, coach. And look at the confidence. He takes it right to the defense, who was caught napping. Hagstrom, a great high school hockey player. Matoma. Crazy mullets.
Yeah, they always come with the mullets when they get the introduction. Now we're going to get a long pull goal for Notre Dame. No, because Noon stones him. Donovan had it right at the doorstep.
Great patience by Noon.
Now to Cormier. That is just a heavy load shot with the left, but Entenmann sees it the entire way in. Now that relentless ride by the Cavaliers. Nunes gets back in goal as the Irish beat the 10-man. Chris Cavanaugh.
White 3-9, hold 30 seconds, reset 60.
39 white hold, reset.
Calls going against Castor on the hole. Take a look at it here.
Watch Cavanaugh, the window here closes quickly, and next thing you know, he's triple teamed. It's up around the neck, he drops it underneath.
Could have gotten worse than a hold. He could have gotten a slash.
That's a good call. Kaloji follows it up.
Cavanaugh, another great ground ball. Back to full strength.
Good man down defense, the specialty unit. Oh, I don't know what Zinn's doing.
Left Cavanaugh open. Fortunately, Nunes was able to see it. Now Zinn's going the other way. He'll shoot and score! That's what he's doing.
This is a bizarre play. The grad student out of Hopkins, he's super smart. Watch him. He just lets him go.
That's Pat Cavanaugh you let go.
Trusted his goalie, I guess. Watch the speed now.
Nunes on the other end, totally fired up after he made that save. That was before Zinn scored. They have 6 teams that play in their conference tournament, like the Big Ten. Big Ten's down to 4.
MAC championship from Manhattan. It's going to be on the ESPN networks, as is the America East, and of course the Ivy League, where Anish Kark and myself, and then we'll drive to meet you up in Bristol on Sunday night.
For the select, Zinn, Chismar, Soliday have done a fantastic job today in limiting the effectiveness of this Notre Dame offense. And there's Nunes again. This time takes care of business against Chris Cavanaugh.
Low-to-low release, no change of level.
Ties a career high.
Not only does he make the save, Cotter, but he scoops that up like worst of the season. Well, the same goes for today.
Scoop shot by McConvey. trick for the young man from Toronto. Thought he might not have gotten a whole lot of sleep last night celebrating his Leafs with the win in the Stanley Cup playoffs. But he's had a heck of a game. Now he's got the hat trick.
Getting his master's degree, taking that extra year after graduating from Vermont up in Burlington.
And now this is when Petey LaSalla really shows his worth. He gets stronger as the games go on. And he wins another draw possession for Virginia inside of 5 minutes now, Q.
McConvey's fit in so well here because of his lifelong relationship with Peyton Cormier.
Empty net, goal on the 10-man. It's Chismar, who got rocked in the third quarter, bounced back, and now makes the Irish pay with a half-field goal.
You see the reaction from his teammates. Chismar is a juice player on this roster. Terrific on ground balls. Catches it midfield and sniffs it out. And dead bullseye from about 45 yards. He got rocked earlier. This was a young man who was committed to go to Marquette. He applied to Virginia on his own. This is the hit he took earlier. You got to give up.
Now Nunes comes out to challenge him. Sawstead back on him. Nowhere for 51 to go. Inside, over the shoulder, scored by Westland.
This is high level. Westland, the lefty who played attack back in 2021 and put up 31 points. Jake Taylor has kind of taken his spot as the interior attackman. But now running second midfield is Griffin Westland, the grad student from Seton Hall Prep. A spirited player. And sometimes when you play second midfield, I know it's hard to find your flow. It's hard to...
Inexplicably, all three will almost certainly be the top 3 seeds in the upcoming NCAA tournament. Down. And the horn sounds. 12-8 our final score as Matthew Nunes is mobbed in the crease by his teammates. And why not? What a performance from the sophomore goalie. For the second time, Virginia knocks off the #1 team in the country in the form of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For Notre Dame, another week to get ready for another ACC game. They go to Chapel Hill to take on North Carolina next week.
Virginia heads off into final exams, done with their regular season. Time to focus.